You are good to go.
All right. So excited to be doing this call tonight. This is actually something that I recently started getting into. I'm not a pro at it or anything like that, but it's really helped me this month get to SC18, and I'm still getting tons and tons of requests daily, private messages on my Facebook, of my IG stories and what I'm doing and what program I'm doing, what food am I doing, like, what are you doing? They want to know everything. So it's a great opportunity to really, share our stories on Instagram too, and just not on Facebook. Things are evolving so much all the time. With social media, it's constantly changing. Facebook is putting new algorithms out every month. Even Instagram does it. There's so many things that they block and things that they do for certain people to get like more followers and things like that. You can actually buy followers on Instagram, which I didn't know, but apparently you can buy followers, which is interesting. But I've been just really researching it. I've been watching top coaches do it, and it's actually pretty easy. And what they're doing is nothing special. It's just sharing it in a different way on Insta stories. So I'm just going to pull up my, there we go. Hate how I can't see everybody though. I'm batting. I'm just going to pop it up. I'm new to this slideshow stuff. Usually I don't do slideshow. I went diamond on my phone. So anyways, so I'm Kelsey. For those that you don't know me, I am back to diamond finally. It's been a few months now that I've held it, and I've been doing good, and I'm really excited to be back here. But it took a long road. Like I said, for those that don't know me, I became a coach 2 years ago, and within like 6 or 7 months of becoming a coach that I was really doing well at, I had a lot of coaches. My business was great. I was doing really well, and I got pregnant. I worked out my entire pregnancy. I still posted all the time throughout my pregnancy. I just really wasn't working my business, and it kind of fell apart. And then after I had my third baby, I decided that I was gonna, start working out again and coaching and stuff like that. And postpartum hit, which I didn't have with my other girls. So it was kind of really difficult for me for a long time to help others when I could barely help myself. So I took it upon myself a lot of people told me that I needed help. So I ended up getting some help with it, and I'm feeling a lot better. So when 80 Day Obsession came in January, I told Joan that I was committed to, getting back to diamond, and I did it. I went back to diamond. I pushed really hard in January and got back to diamond. And I really started to share my journey then of the postpartum and what I went through and all that. So here I am today, and I am at SC18 this month because of Instagram. Almost all my points this month are from Instagram, which is crazy because I didn't realize, what I was doing was working on Instagram for so many months. Of me posting stories. I thought just throwing up a story of my food and myself and whatever was great. But there was one key aspect. Hold on. I just want to make sure. Okay. So there was one key aspect to Instagram that I wasn't doing. And I'm going to share that with you. And that's, I think, has made the biggest difference this month with Instagram. Facebook is still my huge go-to. It's where I have almost all my conversations, everything still. I just transfer them over back to Facebook because it's way easier to converse on Facebook than it is on Instagram. But before I get ahead of myself, let's see. Okay, there we go. I probably went too fast now. Okay. Like I said, I'm not really good with this tech savvy stuff. I'm like really computer illiterate. My husband does a lot for me. But anyways, great job on Success Club. I'm not going to name everybody because there's a bazillion names and we have a bazillion rate advancements this past week. So it's going to take me forever to go through. So congrats to who made it, and on their way. You guys still have plenty of time. I've seen people do it in a day. I've signed 3 people in a day this month, so I know it's totally doable. So keep going, and congrats who have made it. And also, for those of you that are going to Summit, I don't know if you know this, but it was my huge goal this month to get to 20 because I wanted to get into that Success Club party at Summit. And so between the 2 months, this month and next month, you have to have a combined score of SE 20. So to get into the party. So I wanted to get there. So I'm basically there, which I'm excited about. Congrats guys on the coaches of the week and the volume. You guys are cranking. Top recruiter of the week, Mariah. Congrats, girl. And she also has a rank advancement, which is awesome. She's 2-star qualifying. And we have a ton of, I'm just going to go quickly through all these. They're not in order, so I know it drove me batty a little bit, but I did it last night. So Lexi, Sarah, back to Diamond, congrats. Jessica to Emerald, Kelsey to Emerald, Janessa to Emerald. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Andrea to Emerald. Renee is to Diamond, and she's rocking it. And Katie hit 3, well, she's not 3-star, but she has 3 diamonds on one side, which is freaking crazy, and it takes a lot of hard work to get there. So congrats, girl. Announcements, make sure if you haven't got your Super Saturday ticket to make sure you get that. It's so important to get to events. It's at the, where is it again? I always forget. I screwed up the name of it when I looked it up apparently the last time, but it is at the church, right? Yeah, it's not at the Marriott. I took that from the old post. But anyways, it is at, I can't see the chat on my computer. Yes, at the Point. Perfect. And then obviously get your Summit ticket. So I just want to share a little something with you guys this year is for the past few years, I haven't been able to get to Summit, and I know it was important. It just didn't work out for me for all these times. I don't know why, but it was important for me this year in my business. I knew I wanted to get there. I knew I wanted to go. Obviously, I wanted to get there, but you know, we're a single income. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so things are usually on the tighter side. And so I wanted to make it this year, and I wanted to pay for it myself. And so I didn't have to even touch our finances or anything like that or use credit cards. And this past 2 weeks, I paid for my whole Summit trip. So, and it basically was just a mindset change. So if you think you can't get there, you can, because I did it. I don't know why. My computer is very slow. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't jump ahead. All right, so let's get started. So I know some of you are fearful of Instagram. I was one of those people. I'm not going to talk about like doing all the designs tonight. I'm not going to talk about, you know, Instagram and how it should be run and things like that. I'm going to talk mostly about the stories and what I did this month and what I've learned from top coaches to share with you guys because it's been working. So I know you guys are fearful, but just think of it like you're running your business like Facebook. Think of it like you know, all the stuff that we post on Facebook, the content, our brand, and things like that, that's basically what you're doing. You're going to be doing that on the Instagram stories. You're going to want to share your brand and all those things on Facebook. You know, and what we don't understand will make us fearful. So I didn't know a lot about it when it first came out. Everybody was like, oh my God, do Instagram stories. And I'm like, what is that? Like, I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even use it. I was like, I'm not even going there. I'm sticking to Facebook. That's it. But my mindset was totally off. I shouldn't have thought of it that way, because social media is changing so constantly, and what works this month might not work the next month. So I just kind of went at it this month and tried different things, and apparently it's working, because I got more than half of my Success Club points from Instagram stories. So Facebook should still be your go-to. So don't forget it. I think it's so easy to get on Instagram stories and post all day long about, to get on Instagram and do all these cool stories and do all these cool things. And we're like, oh crap, I didn't post on Facebook today. I've been like an hour in Instagram stories. So don't forget your Facebook. It's still important to keep on posting every single day. And still post the same content. And you have to be present in Instagram stories every single day. People are watching you. People, for us that are doing 80-day obsession, this is why, another reason why my business has blown up this month, is 80-day obsession is huge. It's a big part right now. And if you're following it, you need to be sharing your journey and be present every single day with it. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a few tips. I'm not like a huge person on increasing your followers, but I know it's a topic that everybody kind of wants to know. And what I've picked up for the most part, I'm just going to give you a few tips. I'm not going to get too much into it. So use 10 hashtags or more. You want to use the lower hashtags of followers. If you're seeing like 1 million and something hashtags, chances are your photo is not going to be found in the million. You're going to want to find lower numbers and hashtags of people following that hashtag. So, it's going to take a little time for you to go through. It's going to take a little time for you to see which hashtags work for you and your brand and about you and things like that. I know you're probably thinking, oh my God, 10 hashtags, that's so much. But actually, I just copy. I do ... I think it's 5, or you can do this 5 slashes before your hashtags at the end, and you can just save it. I have it saved to a file, and I just copy and paste it into my thing. Like your competitors, that's a huge thing. So Facebook thrives on you liking your competitors, and the more you interact with people on Facebook and like your competitors like Autumn and things like that, the more apt you get followers. I know that seems weird, but the more you like your competitors and the more you interact on Facebook, the better, the more followers you'll have. So I only have, it shows I only have 753 followers. Last week, or the week before, I only had 500. So I've been building a little bit here and there every single day, just like Facebook. So you're going to want to build every single day. I follow tons of people. As you can see, I'm following 1,200 people. And I have new requests every single day. So that's cool. And like I said, the more you interact, the better. Make sure your profile is clear. I have sunglasses. I probably should change it, but make sure it's a bright and sunny picture, something that somebody's going to notice you. Make sure, your posting is unique. It's flashy, it's bright, it's inviting, and make sure your profile link is also filled out. As you can see, my brand of stuff, I'm a mom of 3 girls, I love fitness, I'm a health coach, and then you can follow me on the link. They added this awesome link that you can put for people to follow you. I don't have, I know some other coaches have applications that you can fill out right from there, but I just have my link to Facebook so they can contact me on there. All right, so let's get to the point. So just like Facebook, just like we talk about with Facebook, you want to share your brand. You want to share everything about you on your Instagram stories. So for me, I often share about my kids because they're cute and they get a lot of likes, and people are attracted to that. They're attracted to the cuteness. I get private messages constantly about my kids. So, and they follow me. Oh my God, she's getting so big now. And it just brings like an easy conversation, into play. And then we can chat about Beachbody after. So it just gives you another opportunity. So like I said, I post my kids a ton. I post about my cranky baby who has a double ear infection, and I had no clue for like 6 days until I brought her in today. So she had no fever, no nothing. So I've been holding her in a front pack for the past few days. So I share about my mom life and, what's going on. And my most recent, what I've been sharing about my brand is my postpartum depression. I share openly about that. I share everything about that because it's so important to me. It's so important how my life was changed and where it is now. So I share openly about that. I share the good, the bad, the happy, the sad, everything. And we have to share that too on Instagram. We have to share that about everything on our stories, just like Facebook. So I took it as when, I was so scared, I was like, oh my gosh, this isn't so scary, because basically what we're doing on Facebook, we're sharing in pictures on Instagram. So your workouts, obviously we're going to share a ton about our workouts. They're the easiest thing to post on Facebook. We're going to go over, I didn't post the videos, these are just screenshots, but I posted the other day of, oh man, can you guys hear me? I'm sorry, my internet is horrible. Hold on. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. It just said my internet was going to crop out. I have Fairpoint, so it's a little iffy with them. But anyways, I showed, I post my workout things, videos all the time. I post motivational quotes in them. If I'm doing a move and I'm like, oh my God, this sucks, it's burning, like I'll put like the fire emoji and things like that. I tend to keep things very simple. I'm not a huge flashy person, so my posting is myself. So I keep things simple. I don't add anything crazy to my workout videos. I just show it like it is. And that's kind of basically who I am. So make sure you're showing, your progress. Your audience, just like Facebook, wants to make sure that you're doing, your workouts. They want to know what you're doing. So you're going to be posting about that every single day on Insta Stories. Okay. You want to showcase your food. I couldn't find my Insta Story food. I probably could go back, but I was running out of time. So I only had the tacos that I did, but showcase your food. It's another opportunity, for people to see what we're eating. You can post like the ingredients that you put in, or you can ask a question and pose a question on Instagram stories of want the recipe, yes or no, or things like that. Any time that you're trying to engage somebody is better for you. I mean, the more engagement that you have, so the questions, or do you want the recipe, or whatever that you want to ask. So, which is cool. So make sure you're showcasing your food too. I think it's easy to forget, but people love recipes. People don't want to eat boring stuff. People want to eat yummy food, good food, and so it's important to post that too and not forget it. You want to post your progress photos all the time on Instagram. You want to show every week where you are, where you were before on the, I don't know which way, but with me in the sports bra on the picture on the right, I don't know which way it looks for you guys, but with me in my bathing suit, that was like my first postpartum picture that I took till now. So I posted like on Instagram that was my year photo of me, from then till now of a year, of how far I've made it and how far I've changed my body in a year, which is pretty cool. And then on the left side is when I started 80 Day Obsession, and I took that photo last week when my abs were really popping. They're not out there every day, but when I notice when I eat certain foods and certain things or do certain workouts, they tend to pop out a little bit more. But they're not like permanent abs at all. Not there yet, but maybe one day soon. But like I said, make sure you're posting your progress. It's so important. Like we do on Facebook every single day. It's so important to show where you are, where you were, and where you are now. It's good to post, oh, okay, sorry, hold on. I went too far. There we go. It's good to post, on these photos too, before and after details, pose questions like, oh my gosh, circle like my belly area, or look how much I lost here this week, or you want to showcase everything about the picture to make them focus on what you want your content to be. So make sure that you're really showing what you want visually and what you want to say in the photo. Does that make sense? So like what you want to say in the photo, make sure you really showcase that when you post it to your story. And the last part, I know went kind of quick, but it's really not that hard. It's really, like I said, it's scary at first because we don't know. But the last part that I struggled with the longest, I think, was inviting. This whole Instagram story didn't click until I started inviting. And I think that's what scares us the most about Facebook is the inviting. And it was the biggest piece that I was missing with the Instagram stories. So if you're wondering why you're not getting any engagement, is because you're not inviting. And just like Facebook, we have to invite the same way. Well, it's different, but we have to invite in both areas of Instagram and Facebook. And so the last part of this I want to share is, make sure you're inviting every single day. And this is what's changed for me, is that with 80-Day Obsession, we have so many photos. We have so many photos, amazing photos in the group. Every day there's a non-scale victory. Every day, somebody's posting a victory. Every day somebody's posting, oh my God, these pants fit, or this or that. We need to showcase that as coaches. It is so important to make sure that you're showcasing it with an invite. So this is just an example that I did the other day that worked amazing. And so I started out with a blank slide. I said, I know I show my weekly results, but there are some others that are getting great results in our group too. So check them out. So then I showcased Kat and her progress so far. And then I showcased Katie and her amazing progress so far. And then I showcased Bridget of her amazing progress so far. And so I did like 3 or 4 of those. And I try to do this every single day, which has made a huge difference. And then I put a nice picture of me and I said, I'm opening up my group to 10 ladies. And I started this at the beginning of the month because I knew this month I wanted to hit SC20, and I'm going to before the end of the month. But I wanted to hit SC20. So my goal was to get 10 ladies into my group. I've gotten 9 so far, but I'm getting 10. I know I will. And so my goal was to put 10 names down, and I focused on those 10 spots that I wanted to get this month. So I just wrote, I'm opening up my group. I did a nice bright picture of I'm opening up my group to 10 ladies. And then, like I said, I'm very simple to the point. I don't have much technical stuff with computers, so I like to keep it simple. I just wrote on my notebook 1 through 10, and then throughout the month I just continued adding the names. Every day that I would get somebody, I would add the name, and then I would just post it again the next day with new progress photos. So I would just post whoever new posted the next day. I would ask for permission if I know that they didn't have, if they wanted permission, I usually ask. But for the people that I know that don't care, I just posted it. But most coaches don't care because we do it all the time. But anyways, I just wanted to just showcase that this is what the thing that I was missing. In Facebook, we invite, and I think it's easy to put a video up on Instagram stories and not invite. So this was the biggest difference in my success this month, I feel, was the inviting part. I always posted my videos. I always posted, my progress. I always posted my food, and I never got, a lot of interaction, and I always wondered why. And then I was watching this thing with, I think it was Bonnie Engel that posted it. She did it at the New Leaders Conference, I think. And she said, on Facebook, we invite. So we need to invite. We can't forget that on our Instagram stories. So I started inviting, and sure enough, I just followed what she said, and it's working. So, and like I said, every day I invite, and it's important not just to share our challenge group invites, but it's important for us to share our coaching opportunity also. I know if you want to go check out, I didn't put it on here, but I did one of the other day of my story of this was me at the beginning. I was sad, and I kind of had a picture of me crying, and then I was like, but this is me now, and I'm happy, and I'm joyful, and this is where it brought me. So I kind of showcased my journey that way. I posted pictures of the cruise that I went on the other day and showcased the coaching opportunity and the community it's brought me. So not only are we inviting challengers, we need to invite for the coaching opportunity too, because that's a big component to this. So I think that's all I have. It was short and sweet, but I just wanted to share that because I thought it was so important that, it's easy to post all our videos so often and to post all that we do on social media and Facebook, but what is the hardest thing to do on both? And that's inviting. So that's what you need to do. You can invite so many different ways. I mean, I feel like there's no right or wrong way to do it. I think, like for me, I'm very simple, so I keep it simple. But if you're more elaborate and you like to do things, crazy, then do things crazy. You have to make it you. And just like Facebook and how we share, our life on Facebook, we share our life on Instagram stories the same exact way, just with pictures. So don't forget your journey. Don't forget, where you were and where you are now. Don't forget the coaching opportunity. Don't forget, to invite to your challenge group every single day of the month. It's so important. And know what's great about Instagram too is that, somebody does, if they don't like you, they can just swipe to the next person. And that's why I think we have a great opportunity to share all this because, if they don't like us, that's okay. They're not in our tribe. They're not in our clan. And, we have the opportunity on Instagram to find people just like us that want to follow us for what our brand is and what we're posting and things like that. So that is it. Oh, good. I'm glad.
If people have questions, go ahead and either just shout it out or throw them in the chat.
Okay, so let me just scroll up a little bit. Yes, text replacement is great. Yes, make sure your profile is public. That is super important.
I don't even understand why people have a profile if it's not public on Instagram. It's like, why would I request to follow you if I can't see jack about you?
I know.
No thanks.
And I don't think that you can post too many transformation photos. I feel like there's so many in the group and so many coaches that are willing to post or have you share theirs. I feel like you can never share enough. That's what people want to see. And I also showcase my challengers too. So like if you're having a challenger that's rocking it, I ended up signing 2 people the other day from somebody from just me showcasing a challenger on my Instagram of like, oh my gosh, they're doing this too. And so they really connected with my challenger. So, you know, we can never share enough, I feel like, on our stories or what's happening, because people don't just want to see you. I think it's obviously gets boring after a while with just, you know, showcasing my transformation photo all the time. You know, it's great to see other people and other people's journeys that are rocking it too. So I don't think that you can never share enough, you know, transformation photos, but you know, if you're posting too much of yourself, you might want to add, you know.
I would also say break it up a little bit, because like you can't share too many. I mean, you can share them as often as you want, but if it's like all transformation pictures all the time and that's all you share on your story,
Right.
like people are finding, you know, for instance, what Kelsey shares interesting because she's sharing her kids, she's sharing her food, she's sharing her workout, she's sharing her day to day, not just transformation story, transformation story, transformation story, like join me, join me, join me, join me. Like you have to sprinkle that into your daily life.
Right. And just like Facebook, you know, where I basically took what I do on Facebook and put it on Instagram. So like, you know, if we shared our transformation photo every single day on Facebook, it's obviously not going to attract a lot of people. You know, we have to post our brand just like we do on Facebook to Instagram. It's the same exact thing, just different format. So I took, you know, what I had on Facebook of sharing my kids and what I went through in postpartum, and I just do it through pictures on Instagram. So, did I miss any?
I think somebody else asked a question. Hold on, I can look.
I'm working on text replacement.
It said, any tips on adding videos on Instagram? I'm not good at finding out how to edit and shorten them, so I just add a clip instead of the whole thing I record. Well, you can record it right on Instagram.
Yeah, you can record it right on Instagram. So I don't know if you guys can see. Hold on. I know Joan did a video a while ago on how to, right, Joan? You did a video on how to like do that. But I think the easiest thing that I do is I have my phone on a tripod during the day when I work out. And if you do hands-free, I don't know if you can see that. If you hold the button, it will give you the 3 seconds for you to get in place, and then it will record for you the amount of time. So it's like a nice short, quick click. And then you can, once it's done, then you can, you know, write whatever you want or edit it how you want right there. You to get in place, and then it will. Are you talking on Instagram? Okay, so how I get people to on Instagram. So I get like a lot of private messages on Instagram that, you know how we message people or whatever, and you get their thing. People will be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? So I just say, hey, do you mind? All I say is, hey, do you mind if we transfer this over to Facebook? You know, just something real simple. I hate how Instagram, you know, it's harder to talk on here than it is on Instagram. So I just kind of shoot them over to Facebook, just real easy. And oftentimes they say, yeah, no problem. So I just find them on Facebook and shoot them a message and then chat it up.
You know what I do if they don't have a Facebook account? You can now send little video chats. I learned that because Autumn did that to me one time, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. So like, yeah, it's my face and it might be a little awkward, but I'm like, yeah, I thought this would be easier. Hi. And then I just start talking and send that to them.
How do you do the link to Facebook? So you're going to have to go in. I forget. I did this a long time ago.
If you have a business account, you can't.
Right. You can't. But I just did the link tree, and the link tree allowed me to add my Facebook. Like there's like little, I think, sections that you can add.
Sarah, can you clarify that question? Are you asking how do you get your Instagram stories to post directly to your Facebook stories, or what is that question? No, the link tree. Yeah, you just download link tree.
Yeah, it's just an app that you download, and then I made like a profile, and then I linked. It gives you the option to link like certain social media websites to whatever, or Google Docs, right? You can put on there. I haven't made a Google Doc, but you can put like an application on there or whatever, and it will link it all.
Truth.
Any tips on adding videos on Instagram? I'm not good at finding out how to edit. Okay, so that was the one that we already did. Story on Facebook. Let's find out others I'm still working on. Do you mean like you're doing Facebook stories, Andrea? Is that what do you think she's talking about? As soon as I posted my story on Facebook, I got 4 people.
She's doing it.
Or is she just saying that she?
Yes, that's what she's saying. As soon as she added her Instagram story, so it goes to her Facebook story, she started people.
Yeah, and you can add them to Facebook too. I tend to not do Facebook. I don't know why, but
I don't either. I feel like nobody looks at Facebook stories.
Yeah, so.
Any other questions, guys?
So really, like I said, recap, basically what you do on Facebook is what we should be doing on Instagram stories, and just don't forget to invite. That's like the biggest thing. It gives you an easy opportunity to chat with them too. So
I think everybody should give Kelsey a thumbs up while I boomerang us. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Move your hands and stuff. Do little thumbsies. Awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, cool. Thank you, Kelsey. That's awesome. I will go ahead and I'll add the recording to YouTube.
Sounds good.
Bye-bye.
Good night.